And I got up to go to my next lesson, and all I remember is looking down the desk, and as I stood up looking at the desk, I stood up but the desk stayed at the same distance.
So your head was just staying near the desk?
No, like I got up, my head got up, but my vision, it didn't change.
Oh wow.
So from then,
so you had lag in reality.
I was suddenly extremely high. Everybody knew as well because he didn't keep it quiet.
Yeah.
Apparently I was like standing there talking to people and they were like, "What are you swaying?" I'm not. You're going to notice me sitting like this probably for the rest of the time. I'm just fiddling, like massaging my head. I'm telling the people more.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, what the hell is he doing?
They get it.
But this might be a clip now, so it's like, you know.
But yeah, Mads Mikkelsen basically and his mates in this movie all just keep a certain alcohol level in their blood, which is supposed to be like the perfect alcohol level to sort of make you more sociable. That's what I've always talked about that when I'm out and about. I wanted to stay on that level. That's the level. And then once it comes down, I take it back. Oh, wow. So they can sort of breathalyze themselves and go, yeah, I'm at the perfect level. I'll stick at this for a bit.
See,
and then like, I'll have a little bit more to top me up. That
wouldn't work though, because your tolerance would see to it as well. So it would start changing that level.
I think that's part of what happens in the movie as well. I think it sort of turns on them a little bit.
Yeah,
you know,
because surely like your tolerance would start like kicking in, and you'd have to up it to get to it. Because that's the downfall of all drugs. The more you have them, the more you need to get to that high.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're never going to get to that high you got the first time.
No,
without having for the same amount.
Yeah, I remember the first time I ever smoked bud.
Yeah.
At university, and well, not even at university. It was before that. And I was around a friend's house, and I walked all the way back home, and it was quite a distance, as if I was Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid 1.
How did he walk?
He sort of like snuck like this, tink, 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 and I like sneak up to walls and like sneak up to the side of the wall, look round the wall.
So you having fun then?
Yeah, I was loving it.
Yeah.
I was loving it. It was great.
My first proper high experience was a bad one, so... Did I tell you when I got my first high experience?
I can't remember.
Secondary school, and I thought I'd got high a few times, but the evil hippie, he told me how to smoke it wrong.
Oh right.
He won't admit this now, but that probably means that he never got high at that point either. Yeah. He used to say to like, what was it, to suck it in through your mouth, and then once you've got it in, breathe in through your nose and blow it out. Exactly, that doesn't work.
No, it
doesn't work.
No.
I know this now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that then. I was dumb. And before school, and I was like, my other mate that I don't really chill with now, with my chap mate, he was like, do you want to get high before school? I was like, oh yeah, secondary school.
Yeah.
So why not?
Why
not? I've done it a few times.
Rad.
Nothing, man. It's minor.
Yeah.
And then I started doing it. He was like, what are you doing? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, what are you smoking it like that for? He's like, you're letting it all go out.
Yeah.
He was like, is that wasting it? I was like, what do you mean? And then he taught me how to smoke it like through a straw almost. Is how he was trying to keep breathing.
Yeah.
And then I was absolutely fine for the first hour of the first lesson in school.
Yeah.
Didn't feel a thing.
Yeah.
And then I got up to go to my next lesson, and all I remember is looking down the desk, and as I stood up looking at the desk, I stood up but the desk stayed at the same distance.
So your head was just staying near the desk?
No, like I got up, my head got up, but my vision, it didn't change.
Oh wow.
So from then,
so you had lag in reality.
I was suddenly extremely high. I was going to the next lesson, and everybody knew as well because he didn't keep it quiet.
Yeah.
The next lesson, that was fine. I remember that it was just like very much. I was just like all dead and that, but in like the corridor in between, apparently I was like standing there talking to people, and they were like, "What are you swaying?" I'm not. And apparently I was swaying everywhere. And then it came to the third lesson though, and then we had a double science with probably the strictest teacher in the school, who was the vice head, you know. And then he clocked it straight away.
Yeah, of course.
And he was like, "You okay, Carl?" Like, yeah, I'm alright.
I'm fine.
And then the kid asked me, I was like, I am feeling a bit shit because I get paranoid at this point. I knew, like that he knew.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Okay, come on, and I'll take you down to the nurses." And he just let me sit at the nurses the whole time for like hours. And then he got to lunch, and he came up to me and he was like, "You feeling a bit better now? Do you want to head off to lunch?" And I was like, yeah. I was like, "Oh, then I bet you got the munchies, ain't you?" Like, it didn't do me. It didn't drop me in it at all. Didn't tell. Like, he liked me because he always said I was smart. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I was very lucky. He didn't drop me in it at all. Didn't do anything.
I can't fucking believe that.
I was so lucky.
Jesus.
But it was just such a fun story, though. Yeah. Don't know why I haven't told that on stage.
No.
Because that's got an ending.
Yeah,
an
it's a good
ending
one.
as well.
Yeah.
These are things I never think about these things.
No. You need to.
But I don't know if I've quit in any elaborate way, though. That's one thing I don't think I've done that. I got fired plenty of times.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever quit, because the issue is, in England, little hack for anyone, if you quit your job, you can't go on to universal credit.
No, you can't.
No, for like at least 6 months or something.
Yeah. Whilst if you get fired, you're allowed.
Or just don't go back to your job, and then they have to fire you.
Yeah, that's another way.
It's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
Like, just don't go back.
This is actually part of what I was talking about as well. This isn't just about people quitting. This is about a grander thing. Ever since about 2022, there was something called the Great Resigning in America.
Called when? When, sorry?
2022.
Oh, that makes sense. COVID.
At the end of COVID.
Yeah.
And like loads of people were quitting their jobs all over the place.
The furlough or whatever they had over there run out.
But it's not really stopped all that much. There are still people quitting jobs in droves.
I have heard that this is a big thing in America. I think it's still a big thing here
It's
as
a big
well.
thing here as well, yeah. And like
people learned that it's not that having a job and money during the pandemic. We learned that going and being at a job isn't the most important thing in the world. Our family is probably the most important of the people we're around.
Yeah, and also we got into things that they got into doing things that they wanted to always do that they never had an opportunity because they were always so busy.
And some people got lazy too.
Yeah, some people got lazy,
and maybe that was the opportunity they wanted to do.
Maybe that is their opportunity.
Man, to be honest,
maybe that's their dream.
Before the pandemic, I kind of felt like I needed like a space from so many people.
Yeah,
so it was for me perfect timing.
I loved it.
Yeah, I kind of miss the pandemic.
I do.
Yeah, no,
I got so much
done.
Miss
social distancing.
I got so much done.
Here's another thing. I'm quitting, and when I come back up to get my check, it better fucking all be there because I've been keeping track of my hours this time. You fuck me on my hours. You tell me, oh, well, we had to deduct this, we had to deduct that. I swear to fucking God, dude. Fuck with me. You've already lopped my hours in half. I got 3 kids, a fucking...
One thing you shouldn't do, though, if you're going to record yourself quitting and talking to your boss and that is, in the middle of it, threaten him.
Yeah, you shouldn't do
publicly on Facebook.
Yeah, you see, this is the other thing as well. I want people to...
Not a good idea.
We need to equate these to what is a good way to do this and what's a bad way to do this.
This was great up until that part.
Up until that part.
Yeah.